Hello, and welcome to a proper episode of the Drywall Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Harmon. With us today, all the way from Bracknell, England, Daniel Atkison of Abrakadrywall on Instagram. Daniel is very active on there. Works new construction with his brother, but it always wasn't easy.
And then with my dad, when I first started with him, I had an argument with him. He gave me this trowel and I threw it on the floor and it snapped. Yeah.
Did you throw it on the floor or did you drop it?
I threw it.
You threw it out of anger?
Out of anger, yeah. And
I like that. You got a spicy side, Daniel. I like that. I've been known to throw a tool or two here and there.
Got to let some rage out.
So you threw down the trowel and it snapped. Was your dad pissed? He's like, "Hey, man."
He was very pissed. Yeah, he ran after me.
Daniel is an absolute joy. We discuss fresco harmony. We talk about joint compound in England versus the United States and techniques over there, but generally have a wonderful conversation about drywall. Today's episode and all of the episodes in May are brought to us by our friends over at Techdry Tools. Techdry Tools is USA designed, manufactured, and assembled in Omaha, Nebraska. Their lock design allows you to choose from 3 different size blades that fit right in your pocket. Follow Techdry on TikTok for lots of great chances to win free swag. Also, keep your eye out for new and innovative products coming from Techdry soon. You can also learn more about Techdry Tools if you listen to my interview with Corey Fisher, owner of Techdry Tools, on the 4th episode of the Drywall Podcast. It's a very great interview, and I encourage you to check it out. The Drywall Podcast was also brought to you by Fresco Harmony. Fresco Harmony, making walls better since 2004. You can find Fresco Harmony online at csrbuilding.com. But for now, Daniel Atkinson from Bracknell, England, episode 52 of the Drywall Podcast. Let's get into it. Bracknell,
yeah.
Sounds like German a little bit. Bracknell, and that's England.
It is, yeah. If you do you know Windsor Castle? Oh, okay. Well,
I'm American. We only care about the United States. We don't.
Oh, yeah.
No. I went up to Canada and like they were razzing me a little bit about like because I didn't know the provinces and they're our neighbors and it's like they're like, oh, don't worry about it, no Americans know anything about Canada, like you can't be bothered to learn whatever. So I try to make it a point now to do a little bit better with my geography.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is, what's the name of your company?
It's not actually a company. It's just a name I put on my Instagram.
Okay, what's that?
It's Abrakadrywall.
Abrakadrywall, I like that. And I knew that. It's been a sort of a busy morning. Busy. So I'll start out here. We have Daniel Atkison, 38, from Bracknell, England. His handle on Instagram is Abrakadrywall, not to be confused with Abracadabra. On the podcast today. Welcome, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Mom's watching. This is a big deal. This is a big. Is that part of why you said yes as well?
It is, yeah.
It is interesting.
I spoke to the top you got on now, Techdrywall as well.
Yeah.
About it as well, and he said just go in it like you have a normal conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no big deal aside from we have a lot of followers now. And so people are going to be listening. So you have to do a really good job. No, joking.
The pressure's on.
So, no, I was having a nice conversation with Daniel. I was a little late this morning. Thank you so much for accommodating my schedule. We are trying to get Fresco Harmony into England, and I think we're going to get over there, which is very cool. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about coming to England and meeting some of the characters over there and playing in the mud with you guys. I think it's going to be awesome. I was talking with Daniel, and you had mentioned that your mom passed recently, and she had sort of she had. I mean, let's get into it a little bit. She said, like, do something new, or you felt inspired to do something new after her passing.
Yeah, I felt inspired new to do something after I passed. I thought when I do jointing, it's like my comfort zone. And then I saw Fresco Harmony. I thought, oh, this is a new thing.
Yeah.
Just throw yourself at it. And literally, I've had loads of fun with it. A lot of fun.
So you tried it a little bit, and it's no big deal, man. You're just dumping color into mud and smearing it on the wall.
It's so versatile, though. I mean, you could do lots of different things with it.
Yes. Yeah, you can. But also that pertained to the coming on to the Drywall podcast. Also, you were a little apprehensive, as many people are. You know, it's like, oh, it's a podcast, it's a big deal, but it's real. I try not to make it a big deal. I try to just make it fun. We're learning about Daniel, Abrakadrywall, your experience in the drywall trade. You're our first interviewee from England, which is super cool. And, you know, like I think that's what drywallers want to hear. They want to hear about your experience.
Yeah, well, I first started off doing patching with my dad years ago. Okay. And then all of a sudden, I just decided I wanted to go and do taping and jointing. And I just threw myself at that. I didn't know nothing about it. And I literally learned from other people.
Special thanks to Daniel Atkinson for being with us on the Drywall Podcast today. I appreciate your time. What a pleasure. Thank you very much. Also, special thanks to our sponsor for the month of May, Techdry Tools. Guests of the Drywall Podcast will receive a free Techdry tool along with lots of other great swag, compliments of CSR. You can find Techdry Tools and just about every other drywall related tool you could ever think of. If you go to csrbuilding.com or visit their locations in Toronto and Barrie, Ontario. The Drywall Podcast can be listened to on your favorite platforms such as Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also YouTube. Thank you so much for joining the Drywall Podcast today. I sincerely appreciate you guys listening. Are you interested in meeting me and checking out where Columbia tools are made? Join us for our very first Fresco Harmony training up at the Columbia Tools headquarters in Vancouver, British Columbia on June 15th. If you're interested in joining us, you can find out more at info@frescoharmony.com. Shoot me an email and I will get you more information. Tune in next Friday and every Friday for a fantastic new episode of the Drywall Podcast. Until then, keep drywalling.